Well. How is everybody's day going so far? For me, it is 12 o'clock at night, and I couldn't really sleep, so I decided to take a look at the news, and I saw that we just bombed Iran's nuclear facility, and I just want to talk about it and see what everyone's thoughts are about this. And one of the first things I saw was our friend Mr. Bibi Netanyahu, and he released a kind of like a presser, and I thought it was very, very interesting. And I just want to share that with you guys, and we can, just talk about what do you guys think about it overall. Let me see if I can find it. Mr. BB Netanyahu. Netanyahu. Let me see. Here we go. Found it. Let's play it. All right. Let's see here. I gotta share the screen. Make sure the audio is on. Boom, boom. Share. All right. Let's play this. I saw
Congratulations, President
it's a little
Trump.
snippet.
Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership
Mm.
today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump, I thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.
Ooh. Okay. I hope you guys got that. Sometimes when I share things, it doesn't pop up. But basically, that was our friend, Mr. Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, basically saying he's super thankful that the U.S. decided to bomb three nuclear Iranian nuclear facilities, which I thought was actually good. I mean, if this was the plan, I like it. I like it this way, because I saw a presser that the Israelis did maybe like 3 days ago. It was some like advisor for the Israelis, and they were saying that we only need America to bomb the you know this the photo, right? Photo, that's what it's called, nuclear facility, and they could do the rest. That's basically what the Israeli defense minister said a while. It was like 2 3 days ago. He said that we only need the U.S. to do the bombing run on that facility, that nuclear facility, because they can't do it. That's what we've been hearing on the news for the last several days now. Everything else the Israelis said that they can do except for taking out that facility. And we bombed that facility and two others, so three in total. So I'm assuming the plan is to do one big strike, you know, one strike, and maybe just be done with it and walk away. I really hope that's the case, because the Israelis said that they can do everything else, and it seems like they have it handled. Uh, so I really hope so. The other thing I saw that I thought was really interesting, and I feel like in a reason, I feel like why everyone's saying like, oh, Trump put a head fake on them that he attacked earlier. He said the 2 weeks, and then he attacked earlier to catch them off guard. I personally feel like I don't think that's the reason why he attacked earlier. To be honest, I really don't think that's why. I've been watching a lot of. If you guys watch a lot of Joe Rogan, you might know who this guy is, Mike Baker. He's you know the joke online is that he is Joe Rogan's CIA handler, and he's got a YouTube channel called uh, the President's Daily Brief, right? And he kind of goes over different, kind of like basically quick notes. And he had someone on, I believe today, or was it yesterday, talking about um, Israel's missile defense system, the Iron Dome. And the basic idea that they were talking about is it's actually 3 layers together, right? There's one to intercept short missiles, there's one for medium range, and there's one for long range missiles. And they were talking about how the earlier days when the attacks first went off, and you remember Iran's launched like hundreds of missiles, and then it became less and less and less as time went on, because every time the Iran would launch missiles, the Israelis would basically come in and kind of shoot down their launch pads, and they were losing launchers and whatnot. But one interesting thing is that if you guys remember the early days, it was like 90% missile interception. Like basically they were launching missiles in, the Iron Dome was taking them out. And you would think that that's how you're supposed to overwhelm the system, right? Because they can only intercept so many missiles, and you just keep on shooting tons of missiles in, and maybe a few will get through. And when they first started, the first days or so, it was like 90%. And then Iran started losing launchers, right? And they're shooting less and less missiles. And you would think, oh, they're shooting less missiles, you can intercept them all now, right? Wrong. As it kept on going, if you guys were paying attention to missile strikes, more and more of them were landing inside, right? More and more of the missiles that Iran was shooting were landing inside Israel. And the thing is, Israel is actually running out of interceptor missiles. They're running low on their stockpile. I feel like the reason why Trump attacked earlier than expected is actually because if he allowed Iran to keep on shooting missiles into Israel, they're going to run out of interceptors. There was a report that came out that they've already they've used most of their stockpile, and they need to order more. Which, I mean, I guess if you're the U.S. government, you would love for Israel to order more missile interceptors, but you can only make them so quickly, and they were starting to eat into missiles that America has. So I feel like the reason why they bombed earlier than expected is because they needed Iran to stop shooting missiles into Israel, because Israel's running out of interceptors. And I believe yesterday on Mike Baker's uh, YouTube channel, he had Israel's defense minister on there, and he was talking about, oh, they planned for this to happen, like for this war to drag out, and they have enough interceptor missiles. But I feel like that was just a you got to put on a strong face. I believe he was just saying that just to say that they're running on missiles. You can only shoot so many interceptor missiles because you know Iran could just shoot cheap rockets, but Israel doesn't have a choice but to intercept them with their expensive interceptor missiles, and I believe they're like $2 million a pop. You know, these interceptor missiles. So that racks up quite a bill. And as it goes on, just think about it. That means Israel has to be more selective on which missiles they want to intercept, right? So you gotta strike hard, strike fast, and hopefully uh, Iran will, submit to peace. But it's kind of hard to have trade talks or peace talks when you keep taking out people that you're negotiating with, Imagine, because think about it, they've taken out so many of those top officials that they've been talking to. You know, there's a point where you're trying to negotiate peace, but you keep the guy that you're talking to. Um, I believe yesterday I saw Tim Dillon. He was talking about it's like going to a car dealership, getting a deal for a car, and you're negotiating with the car dealership, and you tr- the sticker price is, I don't know, 40,000, 23,000, whatever, and you're trying to get it down to 22,000, and you're so close on the deal. You're haggling with him, like we'll do financing, we won't do financing, we'll come on, we'll get a deal together, we'll get it done. And the guy's like, you know what? I like you. I want to sell the car to you for 20,000. And you shake his hand, and then he blows up. And then you're like, what? I just got to deal with this guy. And then you talk to another salesman for that car, and it blows up, and he blows up too. That's what it's like. It seems like what it's like to do this peace talk with Iran. It's like you're talking to someone and he just gets blown up and they got a new guy in. I mean, how crazy is it to be a war general right now in Iran? Because the first day they take out the main guy, and then within 4 days, a new guy takes over and he gets, you know, that's like the worst job ever. So we will see where this goes. Um I really hope the Israel, they hold on to what they said, that they can handle the rest of this themselves. I just hope that this bombing was it for US involvement. You guys got it. I mean, if you go online, you go in any of these comments, uh with anybody talking about this whole situation, everyone is talking about how we don't want to be fighting Israel's war. You know what I mean? They start these things and then they drag us into them. It's it's kind of like, you ever had like a girlfriend, or just girlfriend, wife, just a woman in general, right? They you talk to, they get into some trouble and they're like, "Oh, let me call my man." He'll take care of this, and you're like, "Oh my god, this woman, why did she get me into this?" Like you're, I don't know, you're at the club or something, and somebody spills a drink on her or whatever, and next thing you know, you're in a bar fight. And that's what it feels like with Israel, where they start these conflicts and they're like, "Hey, don't make me call my man." He's he'll come over. He does jiu-jitsu. He knows MMA. He he'll mess you up. He's in the special forces. He'll mess you up. That's literally what it's like. And then we have to get involved in these things. Well, I saw it earlier. I don't have the exact clip because I can't find it right now. It's late for me, it's almost 1 o'clock here. But I remember seeing it. It was like 2 days ago. There was an Israeli official saying, or military general, he was saying that we could do everything ourselves. We literally just need America to come in and bomb this facility, and then you could just ride off into the sunset. And I really hope that they will keep that, and that's it for us. I mean, I feel like in a way that's what Trump's plan is. That's why he bombed the extra two nuclear bases or facilities that no one was even talking about. It was literally like, let's wipe out all their nuclear program and let's just write off. Now, Iran said that if the US attacks them, and a bombing was definitely an attack, they're going to retaliate. They're not going to take this standing down. I mean, that could just be all fluff talk, but who knows? I mean, the reports are saying that we have a bunch of military outposts and bases and positions out there that are not they were not expecting this, right? It was not planned, so they're very unprepared for this. If they do get attacked, they're vulnerable right now, you know. So I don't know. Iran said that they're gonna do if we attack. I mean, that was 2 or 3 days ago, around the time when Trump announced that they have 2 weeks. They said that, hey, if you guys attack us, we're gonna hit you back. There's no, ands, ifs, or buts about it. They're saying that they're gonna get American civilians. They have assets here apparently, and we will see. Because here's the issue, right? That I see, and in the America's release, presser release for this, they said that, hey, if you attack us, we're gonna hit you back harder. I didn't know earlier, like I said, Iran said, if you attack us, we're gonna hit you. We're gonna get your civilians. So, oh my gosh, I really hope that. I mean, literally, if Iran attacks us back, it's full blown. There's no way out of it at that point. If Iran attacks us, there's no way out of it. We're going full blown. I really hope, like I said earlier, that the Israelis hold on to what they said earlier: bomb the facilities and just write off. That would be best. And the most immediate impact, the easiest thing that Iran could do that would affect us right now would be, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, let me see if I can pull it up. It's the Strait of Hormuz. It's basically a choke point area in the Middle East where lots of shipments and oil come out of. Let me see. And Iran doesn't actually control it, but I believe they control the islands that are connected to it, and they can shut it off. Let me see. This here. Okay, so this is Iran. As you can see, this is the Strait of Hormuz. It's a choke point area with lots of, basically, most of the oil from the Middle East goes through this area here. And you see these islands here, these little islands. I believe they have bases on these islands here, right? That, they can basically shut this area down. I mean, nobody wants to ship stuff through this area if Iran is going to be shooting things down. Now, if they start doing that, this will be. I mean, here's an idea. Okay, if they start shutting this area down, this would be a great excuse for America to come in and take this area over. How interesting would that be, guys? If America comes in, takes this area over. I mean, I'm pretty sure the UAE and like the other people that are involved in this area are not gonna like that. You know what I mean? But we'll just take over these top islands here, And that would be a very interesting thing, right? I mean, here's the thing. We're all thinking about it, and we all talk about it a lot. What does America get out of this situation? You know what I mean? Besides, I mean, the only thing that that I can ever see, what do they always say? They always say, "Oh, Israel, they give us information, they give us intel." And then, when I think about the intel that we get, I think about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. That's, you know, and it came out, and we went over there and we fought a whole giant war in Iraq for weapons of mass destruction on intel that we got from Israel. And, they say that that's their job over there. Their job is to give us intel on the what's happening in the Middle East, right? And that's why we support them. We need to have a presence in the Middle East. We need intel. We need access, and they're our access, and that's why we support them. And we sell lots of weapons to them. And they start a lot of stuff, and they uses guns, they uses bullets, they use missiles, they use all kinds of stuff that they buy from us. So they, in a way, that's where we make our money from them. You know, America, the government's number one product. Every country has their thing, right? Let's see. Middle East, they have natural gases, they have oil, whatnot. That's their jam, that's their thing. You know, China, they're the factory, that's their jam, that's their thing. Every country has their thing. America's jam, America's thing is weaponry, military. So as Israel starts more conflicts over there, we sell them more weapons. It's a win for us. That's how we make our money over there. I'm just saying, what would be very interesting is if Iran starts attacking stuff or causing trouble in the Strait of Hormuz, and they're saying that gas could hit $10 a gallon if that area gets shut down. That would be a great excuse for America to come in and take that place over and charge a tax or something for shipping to go through there. And that's a great way for us to generate revenue and get something out of this. Yeah, of course, like I said earlier, that's just an idea, and those other Middle Eastern countries are not going to like that at all. Getting charged a tax on stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll go to sleep. We'll think about it more in the morning. I just think it's very interesting that Netanyahu is super excited. He's super happy. If you go back to the beginning of this, you go watch it again. And I apologize if it doesn't show. Like I said, sometimes when I post the videos, share the videos, it doesn't show. But he's super happy. I mean, I would be happy too if I was him. I mean, he gets whatever he wants. I saw something about. I don't want to share the clip because it's really old and it's hard to verify, but it's an old clip of Netanyahu. He's meeting with they look like common folk. They don't look like government people. He was in somebody's house, and it's like a improv tape interview or whatever. That was taken like 10 plus 15 years ago, and he was saying how he knows how to deal with America. They're easy to move around. um if you have the time, search it in YouTube. Just type in Netanyahu knows how to deal with America or something like that, and it'll pop up an old video. And he's not speaking English, so you have to deal with the subtitles. But he's basically saying he knows how to move America any way he wants, and it seems like it's working. I don't know. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye bye.